video, as you can see here on the OneNote file, is circle with banner wiggles in the center and counter counts, and a million fades away from left, circle with banner and counter follow, fly in from right. So that banner has been made for us, and we can make the the counter ourselves. And let's have the millions fade away. We use a preset for that one, and the video's view just moves out of the frame, which should be easy enough. So how do we get stuff into here? So if we, in that project browser, if we double click, a dialog pops up. On the R drive you will have introduction. Oh, there I did it again. Be careful that you do not double click something, because if you double click it will get you the whole folder, and that's obviously something that we don't want, especially this one. So let's delete that once more. Yes, I want to delete that, and double click, and then you go, as I said, on the R drive you will have something that is called introduction for motion graphics designers. Then we want footage, despite the fact that it isn't footage. And then we want the banner. We want, what else? For the moment that's it. So just the banner, and we have that as footage. Sometimes we want to bring this in as composition retain layer, so let's just do that for the sake of it. Okay, and say open. And there it is. There's our banner, which we can then bring into here, and we animate that as well. And you can also see a circle. So let's make a circle. So let's collapse all these just to keep things tidy, and right mouse click and say okay. So that's it. That is something that you cannot see. So go here to layer, go to new, and then go to shape layer. And up here, if you press long left mouse click, use the ellipse tool, call this circle, teal circle, oops. Right mouse click at the very bottom, it says rename. You can't see it in my frame here. We call that teal circle, just housekeeping. Then in the center here, we left mouse click and drag. Make sure that you have Alt pressed. Oops. So it starts from the middle, sorry, Command in my case. It should be Alt in your case. And we want it to be circle, and that is not an ellipse, so we press the Shift as well. So if you have Command or Control, I don't know what it is on Windows. That's about right. And Shift together, it will start from the center and will give you a nice circular circle. Let go, and there is our teal circle. That's about right. And then we want to bring in our banner. We want the composition and not the banner as layers. So we drag in the banner on top of it. And obviously we need to scale this one down. That is way too big. So let's scale that down. Bring that down a little bit and pretend that it somehow interacts. Make sure that you hold down Shift so you scale it in equal dimensions, not just in one dimension. Okay, so let's just pretend that it interacts with this circle, maybe a bit more. Oops. So now press Shift. Here we go, that's about it. A bit more. Yeah, that'll do. And we should mask this out, but I don't want to do it in this video. I'll do that a little bit later. So these two can come together, and we don't want to animate them separately. So all we do now is just use the whiplash and drag the, let's switch these around and have the teal circle being the parent of the banner. So the banner moves along with the parent. So we just take that whiplash and drag it onto the banner, and now we have, it's the parent of the second banner. Good. Oops, no, not good, the other way around. This one is the parent of this one. Okay, so the parent of the banner is the teal circle. Wonderful. Now let's just see our animation. Let's just make them invisible and have a look again what our animation says. Okay, hang on, and then it moves away. So that is pretty much it, I think. And there it starts fading away. So maybe up to here. Maybe up to here. We want to start animating the position of this ellipse. So we start position frame and also make sure that it doesn't exist beforehand. Again, shift snaps into there, and neither do we want the banner to be in our scene. We only want this to appear then. Okay, and then we scrub through, and remember we want to follow the millions. So by the time millions disappears, we want our position, the X position, to be in the middle there. What happened? Where is our, oh yeah, no, that's helpful. Bring that one in. Okay, that wasn't very clever. So let's just use this one. Shift leaves things in the middle. So there's roughly the middle. So this is where we want our circle to be. And here we obviously want this out of the frame. Here we go. I did that again, did I? Oh dear, try that again. Okay, so now that is where we want this to be here, and that frame is where we want it to be just outside. Now let's also bring in our banner, and let's just see what the preview does. Now we want to extend, yeah, no, that's the work area is fine. Here we go. So yeah, look at that, how it's gone away as our circle comes in. Now there's just one thing. Well, first of all, it's way too low, but that's okay. And secondly, our video needs to pop out. So let's squeeze this all together because that is way too slow. Here we go. Let's try that again. There's another problem. So let's do that again. Where's our pre? There's the animator of our millions. Let's see where we are. There's some, where is it? Text and animator 1. The trouble is that we cannot range select opacity start, and there we are. These are the frames. Now how far did we go here? Let's zoom it into there and bring our up to here. Okay, have a RAM preview. That's more like it. Beautiful. So right now all we need to do is bring our banner on top of our solid, and that's wonderful. And we need to make sure that off videos viewed gets out of the off the stage. Yeah? So we want this to happen here. We want it out, and let's just make sure where are we. Scrub through. So this is where it happened. Here we go. And from there we want the position to change again. So we had the fade in. Did I say that we faded this one in? Oh, sorry about that. I didn't. So it's fade, 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 fade. Have a look here under text. Fade up, fade out, fade out, fade out, fade out character. That's the one that I applied to millions. Sorry, I didn't mention that one. And again, we want this off video viewed to move out. So let's just not bother with the text. We want the position again. So we are animating position, and as this one comes to hold, we want the letters to move out. Now let's have a preview. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Actually, let's also animate the rotation here. The rotation, so we do the scale. And also do the rotation and bring that here and rotate it out. Do that 90 degrees roughly, and again RAM preview. Looks a bit funny, so I'd say we bring position is fine, scale is fine, so let's just select these and move them over a little bit, because I found it looks a little bit weird. So let's do that again. So the whole thing, so there's the beginning, millions, it's growing, and this is like it's kicking it off. Maybe a little bit earlier. Scrub through. So here we want this to, so let's just use shift again. Oops. Oh dear. And move this along and scrub through here, so it looks like this one is knocking it off. That's it, and here we go, and yep, I like that a lot. Okay.